All right, hello everybody, and welcome back again to part 3 of Mark Amundsen and Joe Hall's How to Edit a Paramotor video. Glad that you guys have been enjoying them and posting comments. Awesome to see that people want to get out there, fly, and make cool videos. Videos are all about sharing the experience with other people, and when you can make them more fun, all the better, and it's more fun for you. So today we got some technical questions, things that are going to be answered here. But to start off, I want to share a very cool piece of equipment. Somebody asked the question the other day, how do you record your audio? Now we see in some of the videos, some of mine where I'm talking into as I'm flying, and you're just not going to get picked up on your GoPro up here. So what I was doing was using a lavalier microphone going all the way into an audio recorder, and then I synchronized it with the GoPro video afterwards. Total pain in the butt. So this is a $9.90 solution from Amazon that I picked up the other day, and it works out pretty phenomenal. What it is, let's just look right at it, is a cord that goes from the GoPro, as you can see right here coming out, snakes right along the top. Just wound up the microphone cord here temporarily. I fed it down into here, right along and down into my microphone mouthpiece. Now as you can see, the cord also goes right into here. So now I'm talking directly into a lavalier microphone, or a small microphone, that goes straight into the GoPro. Turns out it works awesome, and it's $10. So a lot of people were using the CNET technology and the Bluetooth, but if your other people are flying with these radios still, then you have to use CNET and you can't talk to them. So this solution is more economical and, in my opinion, better because you're still able to communicate with the other radios and you're able to record what you want to talk into there. So kind of best of both worlds. Hopefully that answers the question of how do you talk into your recorder when you're flying and give good audio results, so you can talk and say what you're seeing. It always works awesome in the videos. I think that's definitely one of the keys, instead of just putting music over everything. All right, let's get right back into the questioning with Joe Hall. Once again, like and subscribe to my channel and to Joe's channel, and stay tuned for more videos of these helping people out. And actually some of our videos are just us having fun and going flying, because that's what we like to do also. So we got a truck coming, we got to roll out, we're gonna get going. Joe Hall, take it away. That guy obviously is like, what in the hell is that guy doing out here? Hey, it's Thursday, and people got YouTube videos to make, man. When it comes to home security, I don't mess around. Just don't walk on the right side of the driveway. All right, Joe, anytime you want to start asking questions, I'm pretty much ready to go.
Now that I've recorded my footage, where do I begin? What next?
Hey, all right, I'm ready to go too. Here it is. All right, you've already shot the video. Now you want to get editing. What next? Well, as always, the first thing is going to be just to offload your cards and take everything that you have, your GoPro video, and put it into a folder and just organize it. So make sure you start organized so you can stay organized throughout the entire process. That's the big step. Also, it's going to be figuring out what editing software that you're going to be using. Once you have that footage shot and you shot yourself a good amount of B-roll, you know, it's like 50% B-roll, 50% the goods just setting up and shooting out of the helmet. Now remember what B-roll was. B-roll was shooting the details, the little mind part, the little different things. That's going to be what your B-roll is. So once you have all those assets collected, then it's time to begin editing.
Hey Mark, what editing programs work best and how much do they cost? You know, I've heard that there's a lot of stuff out there for free, but then when I start downloading it and stuff, I find that the free version only gives me X minutes of edit capability. So it's really sort of a bait and switch. So what is the best to edit with from your perspective? Personally, I started with the GoPro software and I found it somewhat restrictive. So I moved over to iMovie, which is, you know, included in the iOS operating system. So I'm not paying anything for video editing capability. But Mark, what are your thoughts on it?
Ooh, all right, here we go. Now there's about 4 different video editing softwares that are most commonly used. If you're on a Mac, you have iMovie, highly recommended. If you're on a PC, Windows Movie Maker, I think it's called, highly recommended also. Then the more advanced that you get, you're going to have Adobe Premiere and Final Cut Pro. All of them have their own things, their own claim to fame, things that make them work really good. I am a huge fan of using the iMovie, but mainly I use Adobe Premiere. So Premiere is a subscription based at this point. You can buy older versions, but you're actually paying an annual subscription. If you're a student or you have a student ID, that's great because then you can get the student pricing on it. Adobe Premiere is what I'm going to talk about mainly. And as you look into this other softwares, there's tons of YouTube videos out there specifically how to use Final Cut, how to use iMovie and Windows Movie Maker, but they follow the same premises. Think about this movie right here and check out this right now that I'm working on, how my timeline looks. Your timeline is the beginning of the movie all the way to the end. It's going to consist of multiple clips. When we put our clips into there, we want to cut off the beginning, cut off the end. The part when I hit record and I'm not using any of that, we don't use it in the movie. So it's cutting off the leading part, the leading edge, there we go, paramotor talk, and the trailing edge. Cut those off, leaving just what you want. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to move that into the timeline. So each clip is the same thing. Now you also want to pick music right away. One of the most important things is music in your video. So here's my recommendation of how to get free music. YouTube. YouTube has a whole creator studio. If you go into the YouTube Creator Studio and click down in the left where it says Create, it opens up a whole library of music that you can use. A lot of it's really nice, and I use it a lot of the time also. I didn't learn this till probably about 3 weeks ago. So once you go in there, you just have to click on the music, decide if you like the jam, if it's a good track, if it's mellow, fast, and you figure out if that music is going to work for you. That's all you have to do is click on it. YouTube will say you are free to monetize this video, or you are free to monetize this video, but you have to include this description in your video. Either way, keyword there, free. If you have to put the description in there, just simply copy it, put it in the description of your video, you're clear, good to go. They're always adding new music, so that's probably the way that I would suggest going. Next up, the very important thing with music is the beat. You're gonna hear the beat, and what I've been doing is I like to edit at times to the beat of the music. So if you can see the transitions in this video here, when the beat hits, that's where I pick my transition. So when I'm in my timeline, I can set up a thing called a marker in Adobe Premiere. That's all I have to do is hit the M key. So I just listen, close my eyes and listen, and every time I hear that beat, M, 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 then I'll skip one. M, M. So it's not always the exact same length. And then I figure out what clips are going to go in order to that music. So essentially I'm picking and putting more importance on the music than I am completely on the video clips. Seems to work out good, and it has a natural rhythm and natural flow to the videos. So I've been liking to do that. Alright, so I make it seem pretty easy. It takes a little bit of practicing. In Adobe Premiere, I take the clip. Alright, here's my clip. I'm flying. I put it in the source panel where I want to do my selecting and chopping it apart. I hit I for my in point. Boom, it marks it as an in point. I hit O for my out point. Now that's just trimming it. And then I drag that into the timeline. Open up my next clip, in point, out point, drag it in. In point, out point, drag it in. Adjust it so it transitions right at the beat of the music. That's a pretty darn good start. Now once I start talking, I don't want that music to be going over the top of me talking, so I need to lower down the volume of the music or cut it out completely so I can hear myself talking. I like to leave a little beat going in the background just so there keeps the flow of the video, but it also has talking going. So check out this video here and I'll show you a little sample of it. Alright, let's start it off here. And good. Alright, as you can see, we got some B-roll going, lines dropping down, then stashing the key, more B-roll, quick clips, 2-3 second clips. That's all it is, moving back here. Now we're getting set up. Now you can see this is what the timeline looks like. That's the duration of each of those clips. This is what the actual video looks like. All those green things are markers where I'm transitioning the clips to the beat. Now we're just going back into it, back to the helmet cam. This is a little bit longer of a clip, but you know, it's because it's the takeoff. So the takeoff is pretty important. I like to see them all again. So now we're up into the air. Music is still going. Short clip, one after another. Each one of these things is a clip down in the timeline, and that is only about 40 seconds of video right there, and you can see how many different clips go into that.
Hey buddy, what's the ideal video duration? How long should these things be?
That is a darn good question, Joe, and here's the biggest thing that I think. A, we went too long in the video today. You want to keep your videos under 10 minutes. They say that you lose 30% of your retention in the first 30 seconds, and it drops off pretty quickly. That's why content is important. How to retain your viewers, how to keep things interesting and exciting and educational and funny. That's what we're talking about, keeping these videos. I like to do mine between like 4 to 7 minutes. I think 10 minutes is almost getting too long, so today's video went pretty long. I'm gonna wrap it up pretty quick here, but it all depends on what you're trying to show. You could have a half-hour video if it's like a short movie and you're trying to show that. But for these action type videos that go pretty quick, I think they need to stay even shorter. And this car might just run me off the road, so we're going to get over to the side. So that's going to be completely up to you. So the basic answer is like 4 to 7 minutes. Keep your videos about that long. Joe Hall and I would both like to thank the 2 or 3 people that might still be watching this video at 11 minutes for checking it out. This is part 3 of the 3-part series. There's still more questions to answer, so we may be adding a 4th. Other than that, look forward to seeing your videos out there. Make sure to share them along, and if you're using these methods and they're working out for you, we want you to have good success, but share these videos so we can check them all out as you're shooting them. Hope to see you guys in the skies. Like and subscribe to the videos, and we're going to see you guys out there.